Hello, Internet. Thank you so much for your support these past few days. They have been grueling and long, and I am sorry I'm not going to add a skit to this video. I'm just so fucking tired, and I have to go right back out to work right after this video. So just forgive me. I'm sorry. But if you guys saw my last community post, I finally paid off a card and I only got one more to go. So I may start actually making some videos here and there because this last card isn't nearly as big of a big deal. But anyway, before we begin, I like to read comments. You know that I read pretty much every comment, and I've been seeing more and more negative comments from either Redditors or people who just don't like, what we do here on the channel. And I just wanted to say that is completely okay. I've been on the internet for 10 years. My videos used to get a 50-50 dislike to like ratio, so I am completely fine with any negative feedback or whatever. I find it funny more, than anything. But before we begin, just know that you guys are welcome here, even if I'm not welcome on Reddit, so at least think about that at the end of the day. But anyway, on to the posts. Donald Trump blames Obama-Biden DEI for DC plane crash, and this got 59,000 upvotes. Now, before you look in the comments, I will say one thing, and this goes for any institution. If you all of a sudden start bringing in people that isn't based on a meritocracy or like literal skill base, you should not be surprised when people start wondering if the people that you're bringing on actually meet that skill requirement. So even if Donald Trump is completely wrong about the reason being DEI, just by putting in these policies, you invited this type of criticism. This would never have been an issue if you hired only based on merit, just like Donald Trump says in the speech for, this article. It doesn't matter your sex, gender, sexual orientation, as long as you can do the job well, that should be really all that matters in any industry, period. I don't know why people have this extremely regressive mindset, but anyway, let's get to the comments. I love that the Newsweek story rating is unfairly left-leaning when reporting on the fucking words he said. The blatant hypocrisy of equating DEI to this, spouting about only hiring the best of the best, while he can't even get 4 words out without checking the dogshit script he has, is beyond me. Oh, so now it's a problem when you can't get 4 words out. Weren't these people Biden supporters? But to be honest, I think the rating is unfairly left-leaning because a lot of the times they just completely leave out the context for what is being said. And we're going to see some more examples of that later on in the video, but he doesn't actually directly blame DEI. He just says that it's a possibility that, if you hire on something other than merit, like I said, there's always going to be questions when these accidents occur. So he's not actually the one to blame for this. On Donald Trump's second day, he fired the head of the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, fired the entire Aviation Security Advisory Committee, froze hiring of all air traffic controllers, and fired the 100 top FAA security officers. And this got 16,000 upvotes. But if you actually think about it, any of these firings has nothing to do with what actually happened. Like, if we can't directly blame DEI for the reason that this accident occurred, why can we blame the firing of, a few hundred people for why this occurred? The people in the helicopter flew 100 feet above where they were supposed to be. Like, the pilots know the altitude and they know they were above it, so no air traffic controller is actually going to be able to prevent them from, going up any higher or go down. That's all in the control of the pilots themselves. But either way, it doesn't make any sense. This accident probably would have occurred if these people weren't fired. But you know what? This got 15 Diamond Awards, so who gives a fuck? Figure skater here. Most of the deceased skaters were under 14, not to mention parents, coaches, entire families were killed. So once again, the Republican Party is blaming dead children on anyone but their willful negligence. Fuck these assholes so hard. Again, what does the Republican Party have to do with this incident between 2 fucking pilots? Like I said, it's dumb to blame DEI, but it's probably even stupider to blame an entire fucking party for the mishap between a pilot and their co-pilot. What are we smoking here? He just basically said minorities being hired to these jobs is what caused this crash. What the actual fuck? Maybe he's just trying to outrage us to distract us from the literal concentration camp he announced yesterday. Up, here we go again with the Nazi farming. Let's go. But again, he didn't say that minorities being hired to these jobs was the problem. Actively choosing to hire based on something other than merit is the problem. Why does race matter? Or gender in the hiring of pilots? It's such a simple fucking concept. And also, why do they have a problem with fucking pedophile rapists and murderers going into a fucking prison? Because what they're referring to is Guantanamo Bay being open to like 30,000 prisoners or whatever. But he said it was going to be the worst of the worst. I mean, if you ask me, I think a bullet should be, enough. But at the end of the day, if you're going to murder and rape people, I think, there's a special place in hell for you or on earth. And I say let it be Guantanamo. Who gives a fuck? Why do these people love defending the worst of society? He literally froze hiring at the FAA during an air traffic controller shortage, and he's blaming DEI? Oh my god, dude, do these people think that these air traffic controllers were just gonna be specially placed in this one incident to prevent this accident from occurring? And again, if someone's qualified, why do they need DEI programs? It doesn't make any sense. I nearly vomited when I heard his rant blaming DEI for the tragedy. The investigators, the professional investigators, haven't even begun their painstaking work yet. I'm a big fan of the show Air Disasters, which showcases the details of how investigations work, but Don the Con already knows the cause. Don the Con. He then went on an absolutely delusional rant about how people with severe intellectual disabilities were hired as air traffic controllers under the Biden administration. Unfucking believable. Now, first of all, is this true? Did he actually say this? Because I looked it up and I couldn't find anywhere where he said people with severe intellectual disabilities were hired as air traffic controllers. And they would fucking post it everywhere because, he's making fun of, mentally handicapped people or whatever. But you know what? This sounds so crazy that it actually might be true. So, if you guys know anything about this, let me know. Before Trump came along, I'd never woken up every day hoping another person had died while I was asleep, but that's where I am now. He simply can't shuffle off this mortal coil fast enough. There is nothing good about the man, nothing at all. It's actually kind of remarkable. At least Hitler liked his dog. I can't think of a worse possible example for children to see on TV as the most powerful person in the world. Do we think a world full of mini-Trumps running around would in any way be sustainable? That's a bullet train straight into the abyss. He's the most petty, vindictive, poisonous individual I've ever seen in my entire life, yet Americans lined up in droves to vote for him, and all of that reflects so poorly on the people who either support him enthusiastically or are simply willing to turn a blind eye and accept his litany of flaws merely for the sake of politics. The last decade has completely reshaped how I view other Americans, especially the ones I once thought were decent people. He's a garbage human being backed by people who are also apparently garbage human beings. They're just better at hiding it. People can be good on an individual one-on-one level and absolutely terrible when it comes to a bigger picture. And that's exactly how it is with the folks who voted for him. With any luck, hell is real and he'll burn for eternity. Don't ban me, mods, because I didn't threaten anyone with death. I only hoped for it. Well, thanks. Holy shit, dude, this guy needs to get offline and go outside for a little bit. It is not that serious. This is what happens when you're just fed propaganda all day long and you're just dooming over it. But I love how he talks about how bad Donald Trump is when we almost had fucking Hillary Clinton as president. Talk about vindictive and poisonous. Jesus Christ. But anyway, I think that was it for that article. Let's go on to the next one. Medicaid portal down in all 50 states after Trump funding freeze, Senator Wyden says. 45,000 upvotes, and these people never actually opened the article, and I can tell you why right now, because if you actually go to the article, the second fucking sentence says, but the White House later said it expected the systems to be back online shortly without any effects on payments. So isn't that great? It got resolved in probably a matter of hours. But because it's Reddit, we all know they're going to catastrophize the fuck out of it. So let's go down in the comments and see what's up. Not seeing a lot of MAGA dumb fucks defending Trump on this, because there's nothing to defend. Nothing fucking happened. Blanket funding freeze. What could possibly go wrong? 7,000 upvotes. Are these people just not aware about how much waste we have in the government? I feel like it's such a common American opinion that our government wastes money constantly. So, I think it's kind of nice that someone's trying to at least do something about it, even if, it's going to be a little messy at first. But I've never met anyone who said, yeah, I think the government is spending all of our money exactly how we want it. But I guess it's Reddit, so I could be wrong. Trump is doing exactly what he said he was going to do, destroying America from the inside out. 16,000 upvotes. If only half the population warned us this would happen. 7,000 upvotes, holy shit. Yeah, it's been like 3 days from now, and I don't think America's been destroyed. And it certainly hasn't been destroyed over what was said in the article. Like, what the fuck? If you actually know what's going on, it's just a temporary pause to funding, and they're going to be looking over the non-mandatory spending. So a lot of the things they goon over already is just going to, continue to be funded without a problem. Like Medicare and a lot of Medicaid. But of course, we have to have a mental breakdown. If we didn't, it wouldn't be Reddit. You do have to wonder whether the goal is to provoke protests and violence so that he has a pretext to turn the military onto civilians, because it feels like this is where it's headed. Almost 3,000 upvotes. Yeah, buddy, you have it all figured out. Infidel 8. Holy shit, this guy has a lot of karma. Go the fuck outside, bro. Oh my god, if you go to his account, he posts a lot on fucking r/politics. Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. He posts 4 times a day on r/politics. Go the fuck outside, man. Over 100,000 people urge Congress to begin impeachment investigation against President Trump. Holy shit, it has already begun. But let's be honest for a second, 100,000 people is not that much. And this got 53,000 upvotes, which means probably all these people were made up half of this 100,000 that signed the impeachment thing. That's fucking hilarious, but what is this even about? Immediate impeachment investigation into Donald Trump's violations of the emoluments? Sorry, I don't know how to say this. Emoluments clauses, his unlawful, corrupt campaign practices, and his pardoning and blocking the prosecution of fellow J6 insurrectionists. Refusing to sell his ownership stake in companies receiving substantial payments from foreign governments. At least 5 foreign governments pay a combined $2 million per month in fees to their units in Trump World Tower. Okay, this just seems silly. Did this happen in 2016? So they have units in Trump Towers and they're paying for them. And this is apparently a federal offense? This is kind of a reach, isn't it? Aren't they just paying for like the service from his business? This seems fucking stupid. I don't know how this has anything to do with corruption. But anyway, let's see what the comments say. Unfortunately, the founding fathers didn't plan for Congress to be full of a bunch of bitches. Isn't this sexist? Didn't we learn from last video that calling someone a bitch is sexist? Why can't bitches be in Congress, yo? This is a free country. Even if this list reached 180 million signatures, nothing would happen. Because that's not how any of this works. Signing some anonymous petition doesn't automatically make things happen. This isn't a fucking direct democracy. Imagine being in office for a week and already having impeachment on a plate. And look into the voting machines and ballot irregularities while you're at it. Uh-oh. Is someone not accepting the election? I thought that was illegal. But anyway, we got a few more to look into, so let's get to it. ICE agents attempted entry into Chicago elementary school, but were not allowed inside, Chicago public school officials say. 49,000 upvotes. Let's see what the article says real quick. Fearing federal agents asking to search a Chicago elementary school Friday morning were from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. School officials denied them entry, but it turned out they were U.S. Secret Service agents pursuing an investigation. So why the fuck did you deny them entry? 2 agents who showed up to the school presented identification from the Department of Homeland Security, the federal agency that oversees both the Secret Service and ICE. School officials responded to the agents with the understanding that they were from ICE, amid rumors and reports that the agency was in the community, a district spokesman told CNN. Sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. The agents were not allowed into the school or permitted to speak with staff or students. A Secret Service spokesman told CNN the agency's Chicago office was investigating a threat made against a government official we protect. So why the fuck is the school allowed to deny the entry of the federal government? Is this like a new precedent that I'm not aware of? How are they ensuring the safety of students if literal federal agents are trying to investigate like someone who made a threat to a government official? Either way, you know how much trafficking happens in America? Like, what if that was the case? I know it isn't, or it wasn't in this case, but what if it was? And now you just let some kid get taken advantage of because you were like afraid that they were ICE agents or something. And also, this title does not match the title here. I thought it had to, right? This person literally lied about what the story was. Like, did we just not click on the article again? They weren't even ICE agents. Come on, man. 49,000 upvotes. I fucking hate Reddit so much. This post should be taken down for not even following their own rules, but whatever. Since I'm still getting comments claiming that I didn't read the article, they updated the article many hours after I made this comment. Look 2 inches up on your screen, cite altered headline. They changed the article, that's all. Okay, whoa. So they changed the article to mean something completely different, which means they didn't even have the story. They had the story completely wrong the first time. And you wonder why people don't trust the fucking media anymore because, I mean, 49,000 people already probably read the, original article, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It suits the narrative, so who cares? Are they 1, wanting to round up children, 2, thinking there are undocumented staff members, 3, wanting to question children about their families, 4, only wanting to spread fear, 5, edit as many have stated, kidnapping children to use as bait to detain parents? I mean, does it matter if you're not allowed in the country, you're not allowed in the country? Why would any other country, it would make complete sense and nobody would question that someone got arrested who wasn't supposed to be there and they got, sent back to their country. Why is it only America that they give a shit so much? Republicans really can't keep their hands off children? Oh my god, dude. Aren't these the same people who want drag queens in their kindergarten classes? Ladies and gentlemen, the government will raid a school for brown kids, but not for an active shooter. Well done, America. So the one incident of Uvalde happened, and now apparently, people won't come into schools now. They definitely did with that church, or not church, but that Christian school trans shooter. That bitch got absolutely wiped. They are targeting literal children. How monstrous can you be? What's the plan here? Kidnap children and have their parents scared and freaking out? Pure distilled evil. The agents deserve anything that happens to them, frankly. Or you can read the article. Jesus Christ, they're children. How the fuck do these people call themselves Christians? Fucking disgrace. What does the religion of a Secret Service agent matter? Hello? Democrats slam Trump for not making good on promise to immediately lower food prices. What do they want him to do, like fucking price gouge? He's already working on the energy, as in opening up more areas to drill and shit, so what more do you want him to do? Price gouging leads to shortages, which would make the problem exponentially worse, but of course, this got 46,000 upvotes, so who gives a fuck? I love hearing from Trump voters I know who all of a sudden know how economics works, and we're all aware of the avian flu. Okay, I want to bet this guy's a communist. But anyway, it's almost like the talking points during the campaign were complete bullshit, and they don't like when the same thing is turned on them. I mean, lowering energy costs certainly isn't bullshit for, lowering the prices of pretty much everything. Energy is kind of what makes this country, or the world, turn more or less. He also promised that he would be able to negotiate a ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia before even entering office. He is 1 week into his presidency, and he has failed on 2 major campaign promises. That is a failure in record time. Russia didn't invade Ukraine during his first presidency, so I wonder what made them want to do it in Biden's presidency. I can tell you one thing, it's a lot harder to end a war than it is to start it. But yeah, no, I do hope that gets resolved soon. I mean, like I said, it's only been a week, so hopefully we can get this over with. I think it'll be best for everyone. But yeah, I am kind of disappointed he hasn't ended the war yet, but I'm sure it'll come soon. Hopefully, like I said. Project 2025 was the plan all along. Trump is proving it now, MSNBC. And this got 36,000 upvotes. And before you even get into this, you know how many conservative fucking opinions were put into Project 2025? It was literally a 900-page book. So it's no fucking surprise that some of Trump's conservative fucking policies would have made it into real life that was, just so happened to be in Project 2025. Who would have fucking guessed? But anyway, let's see what the article says. Suspending refugee admissions, alright, whatever. I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. Suspending asylum claims, again, I don't really give a fuck. Militarizing the southern border, directed the Defense Department to send active duty military personnel and the National Guard to the southern border because of a national emergency. Proposed sending active duty military personnel and National Guard members to assist in arrest operations along with the border involving drug cartels. Now, can anyone explain to me why this is a bad thing necessarily? Sanctioning countries that don't accept deportees? I mean, why wouldn't they accept their own people back? Hello? It has to be against some international law to not accept your own fucking citizens back into your country. Like, that's fucking ridiculous. Colombia really fucked around and found out. Declaring there are only 2 genders. I think most Americans are in favor of this, so why is anyone complaining? Drilling for oil and gas in Alaska. Again, I like the environment, but at the same time, our economy is more important, so I don't really give a fuck again. Ending diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. Again, who cares? This is probably a good thing. Why are you hiring based on anything other than merit anyway? That, any other way doesn't make any sense, to be honest. Ending gender-affirming treatments for teens. Thank fucking God. barring transgender troops from serving openly. I mean, it is a fucking mental illness, as, stated in the DSM-5, so I don't think they, would technically qualify to be in the military anyway. All these things seem pretty par for the course for what he said he was gonna do anyway, so I don't know why any of this is a surprise to anyone. Again, who cares if it's in Project 2025? I don't care if a good idea is in, I don't know, being promoted by Act Blue. If it's a good idea, it's a good idea. We don't need the genetic fallacy anymore. And yet when Trump denied it, people believed him over his lifelong history of being an incorrigible liar. I bet you this person voted for Hillary Clinton in 2016. Oh wait, no, they're Canadian, sorry. I bet this person voted for fucking Trudeau. 100%. Every day they take more pages of Project 2025 and write executive order on the top. This was a well-funded and highly organized plan to install a permanent conservative autocracy. It will be studied by historians. Holy shit, we got a god-tier Redditor with over 1 million comment karma. But you do know an executive order can be reversed, right? An executive order isn't the end-all be-all to, legislation, essentially. Whenever the next Democrat president gets in, I'm sure they're gonna reverse most of them anyway. The media knew this and instead focused on Biden's age, which, by the way, was a huge problem that you guys just ignored for basically 3.5 years. After the debate, everybody knew that he was basically, a corpse. So maybe don't lie to the American people for 3.5 years about the, mental state of your president, and maybe they'll start to take you seriously. I don't know. But anyway, that's gonna be all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and on to the patrons. And we have 4 new members since last time, so thank you to our new base legend, Andrew P, and thank you to our 2 new super based, Wyatt P and Seth M, and thank you to our new base certified member, Borovkavi Florianic 3000, and to our based gods, thank you to XX Schisms XX, and your local Inquisitor, and to our base legends, Kada, Yoru Emiya, Triple X Medic, and Mr. Praria, and thank you to our super based members, Shadow Dow, Devin Dekron, Contranock, Redzi, Aziz Degleep, Himtool, Joseph Miller, Zach Orange, Peef Rimgar, and thank you to our base certified members, Boneblayat762, Crowbond, Joker Gaming, Nathan Quinn, Matthew M, Duop Diggy, Blom Green, Tom, Matthew Armstrong, Thomas Lehman, Rezu Jordan, Arcturus51, Worm, Serbian Sicko 92, Terray, Turkey Dog, Easy Joe, Levy Velasco, Crow Eater, 1836, Filler, Hilday, Joe Billy, Crocodilus, Wes, Snidler, Easy Joe, Ka Ghosted, Clan of One, Luca Bro, and Sean S. And I will see you guys probably sometime this week, but like I said, I still got a lot of work to do. But thank you so much for your support, and I will see you guys later. Peace.